You've been a good friend and a buddy, and we've confided in each other, and my life is over now because I'm gonna be all alone.
I told you those things never work.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh man, that when I fell back down, the haired taffy
Went to your stomach.
it just I went all the way down.
Whoop.
All the way down. All the way down. Tell him welcome to Good Mythical More, where
Welcome to
I
Good
share
Mythical Morning. More?
more.
Where I'm going to talk to you about printers. Everybody needs one. Nobody wants one. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? Everyone has clicked away, by the way, because that is the worst.
I don't care. Listen,
opening.
I don't do this for clicks, man.
You know what I want to
You should know that by now.
You know what I want to hear? I want to hear someone talk about how a printers change your life. I'm interested in that.
Well,
But just the world of printers?
Okay, from one, let me put it this way. Okay, I'm relatively cheap when it comes to my personal computer situation at my home, okay? I've got a, like a 6-year-old iMac, right?
No. You bought that thing less than 3 years ago.
No, I didn't. We had it for 2 years in North Carolina. We've been here
Okay,
3.5 years. That's 5.5 years,
Okay.
okay?
Okay.
Now, my 10-year-old son complains about it all the time because he's like, you know, he's a tech guy. He's like, Dad, the specs on this computer are embarrassing. We can't even upgrade to the Yosemite.
Oh.
You know, it's embarrassing to have a 10-year-old talk to you that way.
You should belt him.
But okay, I'm gonna act like I didn't hear that.
Your dad belted you. But you, for the record, you don't belt
I'm just not
your
even
kids.
I'm not gonna comment.
He
at
doesn't belt his kids, and I don't belt mine. And we don't condone it.
So I'm like, okay, I need a printer because the printer that we have is one of those old, the one I got for free with the freaking computer. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, it's just it's just a printer. I mean, you got no indication
What do you mean just a printer?
of what's going on in there. I mean,
Is that the brand name?
it's not one of these all-in-one deals, you know?
Okay, yeah.
And last time I went to get a printer, which was 5.5 years ago, the printers were just a printer. They had the things that looked like the all-in-one things with the scanner and the copier, a fax machine built into it.
Yeah.
Hundreds of dollars. Those things were hundreds of dollars, you know, if not $1,000.
I have one of those. Mine is a scanner and a copier and a printer, and I got it for free with the purchase of some piece of equipment.
I'm still getting beard hair out of my mouth. How old is this thing? Got a fax machine on
it? No.
Mine does.
Yeah, are you kidding me?
Okay, so are you happy with the printer? Are you happy with your current printer?
I am always frustrated with the printer.
Me too.
No,
as a rule.
No interaction I've ever had with a printer has been a positive one. I have never had a positive interaction with a printer.
User error, maybe. Okay. I don't know how old your printer is because you didn't answer.
It'll print. Chink, 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 chink,
so it's pretty
chinky.
old. It's chinky,
and then the paper starts coming out, and halfway through,
it's a different color.
It's blank.
That's an ink problem.
It's printing. Why is it printing, but there's nothing on the paper?
Okay, well, I'm about to change everything because I went to Best Buy because I still had a gift card from one of the sets of parents, my in-laws or my parents.
Okay.
From 2 Christmases ago that I still have not used, all of it. And there's like $50 left on there, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get surely just a printer.
$50 or less.
Surely just a printer at this point is $50 or less, and it's faster and it's more reliable because it's 5.5 years have passed.
Sure.
You know what's happened in 5.5 years? They don't have just a printer anymore.
You got to go to justaprinter.com. You can't go to Best Buy.
If you want just a printer, I guess you got to go on the internet because at Best Buy, all they got is all-in-ones.
Multifunctional machines.
And I looked at that thing and I found, and then of course, I'm going online and I'm looking at reviews and stuff.
While in the Best Buy?
Oh yeah, I don't talk to the people. They don't know anything. The internet knows all. The guys there with the blue shirts, they're just, they're
droids.
Get droids. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I determined the one that is the one that I want to buy. And
how much?
It was $99. So I paid $50 out of pocket. Now, This thing is huge, and I'm thinking.
Well, what I don't understand is that the start of the story was you need a new iMac, so you go buy a new printer.
No. Well, yeah, I'm gonna get one of those at some point. But
your printer broke.
The printer was not functioning, and the kids are trying to print stuff out. Jesse,
about to kill each other,
and I got to come in there and break it up and figure it out.
I've almost killed multiple people
over printing.
I've never had a positive interaction.
So I end up getting this printer that is the size of a copier. From the days of old, it seems like.
It had wheels?
No, it was a cart. Yeah. No, it's about this high. And so I bring it home, and I know that my wife.
She's gonna be mad.
No. My wife. Our house looks. Everything in our house looks the way that it looks because of her.
Except for that one place where the printer is.
And it's like you get things that need to be sleek and things need to be awesome, and it's like you think you've got to be presentable, and you can't look like a moron, and so you don't want to look like you want to look like we print things, but you don't want to look like we're operating like a drug cartel out of our child's bedroom. I don't know why a drug cartel would need a large printer, but they probably. do.
You can get a 3D printer that's not that big.
This one may have that capability. I don't know.
$100.
And listen, I set this thing up. And I get there, and I don't need. All I do is I go to the website, I download the driver, and boom, bada beam, bada bang. The thing's set up. It's printed a test page and everything. It's scanned. It's got its own email address. I could email it right now. I could say, "I love you, baby." That would be to my wife, and then it would just print out at home. And also, I can scan to the cloud. There's a cloud. I can just scan to the cloud. I can scan directly to an email address.
Comes with a cloud.
And it's got a freaking fax machine. Didn't set that up. We don't have a landline. $99, and I'm thinking about starting a business in that room.
Why does it have a fax machine? Why?
I don't know, but it does.
There's a guy. There's some lobbyist. There's a fax lobby out there.
Hey, don't get rid of the fax feature.
You know what'll happen if you get rid of that.
My dad tries to fax me stuff all the time, and now I'm going to tell him, I still don't have a landline. But it's like my dad will be like, because he's our dad. If you didn't know this, is like the registered agent for our corporation in North Carolina. You might know this.
Yeah,
because we are a North Carolina corporation, and so occasionally he'll get something for the corporation,
and he wants to fax it.
And he's like, I got this thing in the mail. I'll fax it to you. And I'm like, well, I don't know where that's going to end up. I'm like, can you scan it and email it? He's like, oh yeah, I'll get my secretary to do that. So,
why did you choose the one that you chose?
Reviews and price. It was I was like, I don't want to spend more than $100, and I got all that for $100. And it was I'm not going to do any branding here, but one of the printer companies. There's only a few that actually make printers.
HP, Epson,
Canon, and Brother are typically the ones that you'd see. Maybe there's some other ones.
Is Epson still out there?
Yeah, and so one of the companies has this new precision printing technology that apparently it's better for photos and everything.
Makes a Word document.
I don't really care about that. It just had good reviews.
My printer prints invisible ink.
Let me tell you, man.
It takes 5 minutes to print a page, and then you look at it, and there's nothing on it.
I've had no problems with it, and
had it. How long have you had it?
Like a few days.
Oh, you'll kill it.
Yeah.
Or it'll kill you.
But I could print something right now. I could just email it right now. You want to email something through my printer?
So what? Like, name an occasion.
Secret messages to my wife is one of the things.
That anyone who walked up to the printer could read.
That's going to be my wife or my children.
Have you ever heard of a text? Does your printer text?
Yeah, my printer I can text my printer and then it prints it out.
You will never email your printer.
No. Hey, listen, I can't tell you how many times I've been out and about and I've got something I'm like, I really want to print that.
Right. It's so crazy. It's crazy. They're hanging on by a thread.
No, listen. This printer.
Printers.
You don't think printers are needed at all?
Printers will not be needed in the paperless society because you know what?
What about maps?
They make paper.
What about when you want to print out directions and take them with you?
I mean, really. Think about what's going to happen with all that printer real estate in the Best Buy. Think about what's going to happen to the Best Buy.
Well, I thought that as I was in the Best Buy.
It's like it's all hanging on by a thread.
I was like, if they don't
CDs
adapt,
and printers,
if they don't adapt and become like an online destination,
they're going to be best bought.
They're gonna be best out of business.
Best sold. I'm trying to come up with a.
Okay.
I mean, are there people in this room who don't even own a printer?
I have a printer.
You gotta have a printer
because
just
they give them to you.
I had to buy mine.
Yeah.
You had to buy yours.
They don't give you
Is
the one I
yours
got.
an MFC?
Oh, what?
An MFC.
What is that?
I got a laser printer, man. That's worth it.
You have a laser printer?
Yeah.
Worth it for what?
It's like $50. No, they're so cheap.
But it's black and white only.
Yeah, but black and white.
Yeah. I gotta have the color.
Oh, and don't even get me started with the ink.
That's cute.
The ink is so
Yours is black and white only?
No, Alex's is.
That's smart.
Mine does color and black and white.
You don't need that. Because what's going to happen is,
Toner's the toner card.
oh, the toner.
Oh.
Don't even get me started.
separate, like, big old
Forget about it.
It's a racket, man. It's hanging on by a thread.
Well, I had a great experience, and you're ruining it for me.